نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Respected viewers and listeners, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This Quranic program is presented by Adult Quranic Education Program Srinagar. With this message, I read, understand, practice and propagate the message of Quran. So this Quranic class, what you are watching, is part of that, a humble effort to achieve the great end. And today, we have to study, we have to learn, inshallah, verse number 129 of chapter Aali-Imran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. وَلِلَّهِ, and to Allah belongs مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ, whatever is in the heaven, وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ, and what is in earth. يَغْفِرُ, he forgives, لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ, whom he wills. وَيُعَذِّبُ, and he punishes, مَنْ يَشَاءُ, whom he wills. وَاللَّهُ غَفُورٌ, and Allah is all forgiving. Rahim, the most merciful. Sadaqallahul Azim. So this verse has a basic message of Islam. Through this verse, the basic and primary message of Quran is conveyed. The nucleus of Quran, pivot of Quran, and the greatest truth and greatest reality is that everything we see around, whether this earth, on this earth we see mountains and oceans, animate and inanimate objects, humans and other creations, and then looking up, we see these stars, these planets, these systems, cosmic system, like what we call the galaxies, everything. It is all creation. And there is only one, that's Allah, the Creator. And this is the basic principle of it. That once man has to worship or bow or submit, to whom should he worship? None but the Creator should submit to Creator. And if we see certain religious philosophies prevailing in this time, and in ancient times they were well-established philosophies, of course based on assumptions and conjectures. That means if we worship anything other than God, whether they are stars or planets, or mountains or oceans, or even humans or angels for that matter, or any creation whom we don't know, bowing before anything other than God means that you are abandoning Creator. You are worshipping creation, who are creation like you and me. And then if you seek help from them, then imagine you are forgetting the Creator, the giver, the Lord, the sustainer. And you are seeking help from creation, who themselves are in need of God, because creation cannot be like a Creator. Creation don't have powers and authority. They themselves owe everything to Creator God. And they ask for His mercy. And worshipping anything or anyone besides Allah is the greatest falsehood, greatest fabrication. An unfounded belief it is. For example, if we seek help, we worship a star, can stars be gods? Quran explains that. Then imagine, as a principle of Islam, that worship one God. If humans start worshipping anything other than humans. That means if they start worshipping sun, moon, stars, as people in the past have been doing, or these mountains and oceans, they were considered to be gods, or angels considered God. Imagine, Quran makes it clear that man is a cream of creation. He's the best of the best among all the creation. Imagine when he starts worshipping anything like star, moons, planets, or mountain, ocean. Not only that he's worshipping a creation. In fact, he is worshipping a creation which is a degree or 2 or 10 degrees below him. That's how Arnold Toynbee, the great historian of 20th century, was considered a legend of his own time. He says, it is advent about Quran and Muhammad, peace upon him, when it came on the world scene. He says, its advent changes the course of human history. Till that time, people used to worship sun, moon, stars, and everything. But Quran and Muhammad, peace upon him, didn't tell them that these are not gods. He said, the things you are worshipping, they are your servants. That means overnight masters turned over to be the servants of man. As Quran says, Sakar lakum ma fis samawati wal ard. Subservient to you have been made. All the objects, all the things, whether they are in earth or in the heavens. So they cannot be your masters. They are your servants. They have been created for your service. So that's message of Islam. And that's what this verse emphasizes. وَلِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. To Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and earth. That what we see in the heavens, apparently this was the atmosphere. Then we see a vacuum or open space. Then we see solar systems. Then we say aggregation of solar systems making galaxies, as we have our own Milky Way galaxy. Then aggregation of millions and billions and trillions of galaxies making this universe. That is somehow what as Quran defines. The Quran says they belong to Allah. They are His creation. They have been created for your service, O man. And same way, to Him belongs whatever is in earth. They are not God. They belong to God. They are God's creation. Then it can delivers a hidden message that, oh man, don't worship these objects. Don't worship even angels. They are not gods. They are in fact divine law enforcing agencies. They don't have authority and powers. They only execute the divine jobs what has been assigned to them. Similarly, any creation, whether animate or inanimate object, they are creation, not creators. So this verse, that way, is very important verse. وَلِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. To Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and earth. That means don't try to make them gods of your own assumptions, of your own fabrication of a falsehood. How can they be gods? They belong to Allah. Allah is the creator, and they are the creation. And so, there's no power in this universe which can be worshipped other than Creator Himself, and that is one and only and unique God. As Creator, not only just Creator, but Lord and Sustainer. He has all the powers, all the authority. Yaghfiru liman yasha. He forgives whom He wills. That means nobody can intervene or interfere in His judgment. Nobody can intercede on behalf of anyone. How come? How can? Imagine, try to compare creation with Creator. For example, you and me. We are creation. What is our level? What is our position? If we take it on physical levels, they say when a great astronomical scientist was asked by some common students, can we count the planets and stars in the heaven? Can we? He said, yes, you have to do some homework. Everybody was taken aback. How can it be? He said, yes, you have to do some work. You go to a desert and start counting the sand particles. As many sand particles in the desert, as many stars and planets are in the heaven. Imagine this universe. Our planet Earth is one of the smallest planets in this universe. It is comparable to the rest of the universe, as the sand particle can be compared with the desert, all the particles. So what's its position? That's creation, a minor creation. And on this Earth itself, till now, we know about 3 million living organisms, both plants and animals, right from the microscopic unicellular or acellular organisms up to the multicellular ones, big humans and beasts, and then below whale being the largest one, or dinosaurs as they existed in the past. So man is one amongst them. What's comparison? If some people even worship some saintly people. So imagine, no doubt, they were great. They were devoted to the worship of God. They didn't claim to be God. If anyone claimed to be God, he is wrong. That philosophy is to be rejected. How can a human being be God or claim to be God? Or has he created anything? Quran says, how can they create? They are themselves creation. They belong to, imagine, they belong to a planet which is of the size of a sand particle. Even our Milky Way galaxy, just one out of 2,000 billion galaxies, our Milky Way galaxy. How large it is, from one age to another age, they say. We say this galaxy, or what we call Milky Way galaxy, from this age to another this age, is a distance. How much is the distance? It's around 100,000 light years distance, because cosmic distances cannot be measured in yards or meters or miles or kilometers. They are measured in light years. What does a light year mean? That from one age of the Milky Way galaxy to, there's only one, imagine, there's only one of the galaxies among about 2,000 billion galaxies. Our Milky Way galaxy, from one age to another, distance is 100,000 light years. What does a light year mean? Light year means the distance traveled by light within 1 year. How does light travel? How much distance light travels in 1 year? Yes, speed of light is constant. Light travels at a speed of 300,000 kilometers per second. Imagine how much this light travels within 1 minute. 300,000 multiplied by 60. How much light travels in 1 hour? That means 300,000, 3 lakh what we call, multiplied by 60, then multiplied by 60 again. How much distance light travels in a day? That means 300,000 multiplied by 60, multiplied by 60, multiplied by 12 hours. And how much light travels in a year? That's what we call light year. It is 300,000 multiplied by 60, multiplied by 60, multiplied by 365. That makes a calendar year. So imagine how much does distance? It has been calculated. Otherwise, I would have given you this as homework. How much distance light travels in 1 year. So, need not to go for that homework. It will take a lot of time. It is 7,860 billion kilometers. That makes 1 light year. And our Milky Way galaxy is from one age to another. That means 100,000 light years. That means 7,860 multiplied by 100,000 kilometers. And it is only one. There are 2,000 billion galaxies like that. So what is the position of man and position on this earth that will start worshipping ocean? What is the position of oceans in comparison to this whole universe? Allah is not creator of earth only. He has not created the mountains and animals and humans and all what exists on this earth. Imagine he is the creator, Lord of the whole universe. So is anything comparable to him? That's what Quran says. Laisa kamislihi shay'un. There's nothing comparable to him. And Quran says, La tadribu lillahi amsal. Don't make examples of God the way you make examples of yourself on worldly matters. He's above and above all this. So can anybody be God with this earth itself? It is too insignificant in cosmic language. Earth is a very insignificant planet. Even our solar system becomes invisible. Even if you travel in our own Milky Way galaxy and come out of this solar system after traveling some distance, it is almost difficult, sometimes impossible to locate solar system. That means Sun, together with its 8 large planets, including Earth, it becomes invisible. And once we come out of our Milky Way galaxy, which is not possible, it's just hypothetical. And when we reach a distance, there we cannot even see this Milky Way galaxy, such a mammoth structure. So what's comparable to God? So who can intercede? Can anyone be partner to God among humans or angels or in creation? All creations are so insignificant in comparison to Allah the Almighty as Creator, Lord, Sustainer, and Nourisher. And then He is powerful, He has authority. He forgives whom He wills. But whom does? It's not at random. That means He forgives any person. That forgiveness is based on His divine knowledge and wisdom. And nobody can match that. Nobody can even think about that. Nobody can even perceive that divine knowledge and wisdom. And who can intervene? As Quran says, Man dha alladhi yashfa'u indahu. Is there anybody who can intercede before Him in His presence? Can anybody? Who can be compared? How is it? Imagine. That's why shirk or polytheism is the product of ignorance, unawareness, or limited vision. A person who has the vision of this whole universe can understand that can anybody be a partner to God? Can anybody intercede in the court of Allah unless Allah wills? Illa bima sha'a, what He wills. That too is based on His knowledge and wisdom. And He punishes man yasha, whom He wills. That means that punishment and reward, forgiveness, everything is according to that divine, because Allah is so great. How can that's why we say Allahu Akbar? He is not just great or greater. Akbar means the greatest of all. The creator of all. We cannot even imagine the greatest of this universe. We have been working on our space exploration programs under the auspice of NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, California-based space agency, and trying to explore universe. Till now, after around 100 years of efforts, we have not reached yet. That means man has not reached even his nearest planet, what is our nearest neighbor to Earth? That is Mars. Have we reached here? So I can imagine. Moon is not the nearest. Moon is not planet, the satellite. So you can imagine the greatness. So that Quran opens our vision to these great realities. Makes us understand the greatness. You have to see the greatness of Allah, see this universe. As Prophet experienced, Tilka ayatun min ayatillah. These are the signs among the powers of Allah, great signs of Allah, this earth, everything. And Wallahu Ghafur, and He is all forgiving. That means, yes, despite Him being so great, yes, He's greatest of all, but He's the most forgiving. If His servants may commit any kind of sins, but if they turn back to Him with total devotion, sincerity, and selflessness, and seek repentance, Allah's doors of mercy are open. He's forgiving, Rahim, the most merciful you'll find God. So turn to Him, seek forgiveness and repentance from Him. He's there to welcome you and then guide you to the right course through his messengers, of course, which he has sent to this earth planet. But Earth is not the only planet. There are thousands and billions and trillions of planets around. So this verse, though it may appear a short verse, but has a lot of significance, a lot of meanings. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم والحمد لله رب العالمين.